Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Hope you're okay. This week we move on to our next person in our Faithful Hall of Fame.
Abraham.
And that is Abraham was last week. This week we move on to Abraham's wife, and she is called
Sarah.
Well done, Sarah.
Wait, did she used to be called Sarai?
That's right. She used to be called Sarai, and that meant princess or woman of strength. And some people think that maybe the Sarai was maybe the fact that it was a princess for the family, but actually the Sarah bit is actually, it's not just for the family, but she was going to be the princess. She's going to be princess over many, which links in with the promise that her husband got, that he would be father of many.
And because Abraham means father of many, and God said count the stars, and if you count like 10 stars, you would get like 10 children. So how many stars there are is how many children he'll get.
It's amazing how many generations and children after children after children all connected back to Abraham. And so we're going to be thinking about that this week, and we've got a bit of a star activity to remind us all, aren't we, that we're all connected to that. So we're going to be making star babies.
So we're making stars. And
go.
I made these ones.
We're going to make stars. And before we make stars, I just want to tell you a bit about Sarah, because Sarah was interesting as well. And I was asking Rowan a question this morning. So I was saying to him, have you ever laughed when anything's gone wrong? Can you think of anything?
No.
You just said yes.
No, that was when someone else did it to me.
Well, sometimes we laugh, don't we? Sometimes we laugh when something's gone wrong. I remember once when I fell over and everyone was like, oh, Shelley, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not really fine. But I was just kind of pretending I was fine, and I kind of laughed because what was happening had just gone so wrong. And sometimes when we make a mistake...
Oh, I know something.
Go on then.
So when I was playing football at school, I fell over and I really, really hurt myself, but I wasn't okay, but I was laughing, but because I was laughing, it didn't hurt anymore.
Okay, so sometimes laughing distracts us, and sometimes, scissors down, sometimes we laugh to distract us a little bit because we don't quite know how to react. Sometimes we laugh at the wrong time, and that's exactly what happened to Sarah, because Sarah was told by God that she was going to have a baby. Now, Sarah wasn't able to have a baby. She had waited a long time and it wasn't happening. So she must have thought, this is a little bit ridiculous. And even though God can do anything, he said, is anything too hard for me? Sarah, do you know what she did? She laughed.
I know that.
And there's this bit which really struck me. Now I need to try and find it now.
Mummy,
yeah, go on, you chat while I'm finding this.
Mummy, is Jacob related to Abraham?
Yeah, well,
Wait,
yes.
I think I know how, because his son is Isaac and Isaac's son is Jacob.
Right, well, we'll continue that another time. I can't quite find it.
Yeah.
Here we go, in chapter 18 in Genesis, which is the first book of the Bible. And if you find chapter 18 in Genesis, and then you go to verse 15. So chapter 18, verse 15. You get this really interesting bit where God says to Abraham, you know that Sarah laughed when I told her that she's going to have this baby. And so Abraham goes to Sarah and says, you laughed. And it says, but Sarah denied it. She said, I did not laugh. And Abraham turned around and said, oh yes, you did laugh. So they have this kind of interesting moment where she's like, I didn't laugh. And he went, you did, you laughed. And God saw that you laughed. And so she laughed because she thought this was going to be so ridiculous.
Because they were both old at that point.
They were all old, you see, and she must have thought this is crazy. This isn't going to happen. And so it just shows that with God, all sorts of things could happen. And if you have ever, say, laughed at the wrong time, or laughed when you've been in trouble, or laughed when you think this can't possibly happen, then you are in good company, because Sarah was the same. But Sarah, a year later, and remember Abraham at this point was 99 years old. Sarah, a year later, has Isaac. And if you follow that story, it's an amazing story.
So by the time they had a child, would Abraham be 100?
He was 100.
How old was Sarah then?
Oh, I don't know. I need to check that up. If anyone knows that, come and tell me. I haven't quite worked that bit out yet. But Abraham was 100 when they had Isaac. And if he remembers in Genesis 22 and 26, God reminds him when he sees the sky, and he said, you know, you and Sarah, you're going to have these children, and it's not just going to be one, but there's going to be people connected to you. This is part of God's family, and we are part of that family too. And so even though we might laugh sometimes at the things God says to us, and we might laugh when things go wrong because we just don't know what to do, you know, God understands, and he sees you just like he saw Sarah, but he understands. And he is with us, and he still says, you know, is anything too hard for me? Is anything too hard for me? And he says that, I think that's chapter 18, about verse 14, is anything too hard? And so even if you might laugh like Sarah, just watch out, because God can do all sorts of things. So shall we make our stars to remind ourselves that we are like one of the stars that Abraham saw in the sky? Now, here we go. A bit of origami. Yeah, Rowan's always works, mine doesn't. So this is going to be interesting. Rowan, we're going to show everyone what to do. Grab your piece of paper. Here we go. So what you do, you need a square piece of paper. You need to fold it. Symmetrical. Fold it over in half like this. Okay,
Mommy, can
like
you wait for me?
Yeah.
Wait,
Fold it over.
There.
Come on, we can't be sat here all the morning. Okay. And then what you need to do once it's folded, put the folded side at the top, and then you fold it like down a little bit in like that. So you got the folded side at the top.
You got like something like that. Like it's a cup.
And then well done. And then you open out.
And you have this.
And then we fold the other corner.
I can't fold this other corner.
Can you see? So you've got this like folding in, and then
and you'll have an X.
So you've got a spot in the middle. You've got an X, haven't you?
I cannot fold on this side.
That's all right. Okay, folding it.
No, it is
Gosh,
not.
this is going to be longer than the talk at this rate. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to then take this corner, and this corner goes into the middle of the X. Okay, so this corner goes into the middle.
Wait, the top one
of the X.
The top,
like that.
Wait, I can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you all with us at this point?
Help.
Okay, into the corner
like
that. Like that.
Brilliant. And you'll end up with something like that.
Okay, like that. And then what you need to do you remember what you do next?
Hey, and then do you fold something down there? Ish.
And then we fold.
I can't
Then we fold. So we've got that in the middle of the X. And then you fold that bit.
I can't see.
Back.
I can't see.
Like that.
Wait, how? Like that.
That folds back. Yeah, that's great.
Yay,
okay, that folds back.
Right.
And then you fold this bit all the way in to meet it.
So basically
Like
you
that.
have like a non-symmetrical triangle-ish, and then you fold
Like
it
that.
back.
And then, you bend the whole thing backwards.
So you'll have like a weird-ishly shape. But then after that you need scissors. Yeah.
Here we go. Am I going to do it? Are you going to do it?
Yes,
So what you do is you've got that's one side and that's the other side.
And you go
so for
into
this side,
and then here, can you bring the camera?
go on, quick.
Okay, and then you get this. Wait. And then you fold, and then you cut it.
I'll show you which bit is folded. What you do is you take this bit here and you're going to fold from that corner.
Oh, I know how to.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think.
Is it that way or is it that way?
It's that way.
That's it. From that corner, I'll show you. Like that.
Wait, can I do mine?
And I'm going to open it and see what happens. Oh my goodness. Wow! I've done it for the first time.
Wait, let me see.
Have you done yours?
Yeah.
Da, da.
I got 2.
Oh, got 2. So,
I got 2.
as numerous as the stars, is anything too hard for me, says God? Probably origami.
Yay.
Enjoy the rest of the morning.
I'm a king.
If you want to watch me on slow-mo, we'll do it again. We'll see if we can post another video. You take care. Remember, you are important and special. God hasn't forgotten you. And remember that he is with you always.
I'm a king.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.